Hey, what's up, guys? Today we're going to be taking a look at two RPO looks the Packers gave this past week. The RPO game as a whole did not do particularly well against the Jets. Surprise, surprise, nothing did particularly well against the Jets, I guess. But there's a couple looks that I really liked that are a little different, a little outside the norm, something I kind of have been looking for them for a while that I want to take a peek at this week and just kind of get into that. So, again, we're going to look at these two. I don't know why I said it like that. So this is going to be now all year or the past couple of years since they've been doing the RPO stuff. I've been begging for more of the vertical pushing stuff. I talked about this a few weeks ago. They've been incorporating that more into the repertoire. I think 2 weeks ago, not so much, or last week, not so much. This week they had a couple. They've kind of going in fits and starts. This is one of they're going to do a couple things I want to talk about this. This is going to be a slant to Dobbs, and they're going to hit this. So one of the things I really like off this, I think they're going to do this. So it's a power look. We'll talk about that in a second. So you get these pulling guards away from that. One of the things that does is it keeps this line on the same plane. Again, hate to harp on this, but whatever. One of the keys of the RPO game is to get the ball out quickly or to kind of keep that line compressed, kind of condense a little bit more on that same plane, because and I guess for the vertical pushing stuff, you need them on that plane a little longer, because as they push downfield, if you wait too long to throw the ball, that becomes an eligible player downfield. You get the offensive line blocking because they're blocking on a run look. And so if you're keeping them on that power look, as opposed to a lot of their stuff will come off of like an inside zone, which say like double team, and then you're looking to climb up to that next level. Once you start climbing that next level, you got the offensive line further downfield than he's supposed to be on those, and you can get flagged for that. Refs are usually a little lenient with that, but if you get like a guard 5+ yards down the field, you're probably getting a flag for that. So this power look is good for the more vertical pushing stuff because you get these guys kind of a little longer sticking there. Plus, you're working that into now what you're doing with the run game a little more, where you're doing the pulling, you're targeting an angle, so you've got an advantageous look in the run, pass, blah, 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 whatever. Anyway, so they're pulling this way, and they're going to slant behind. Now, typically for the vertical pushing stuff, you're reading a constraint defender, which would be your conflict defender, which would be this guy. And so what Rodgers would be doing, and he's not doing it here. That's one of the things that we'll talk about. Usually the quarterback is going to read that. And so you're going to pull this way, block. He's going to cross the face of the quarterback. Quarterback's going to put the ball in the running back's stomach, there-ish, reading this guy. If this guy becomes part of the run fit, you throw the slant behind him. If that guy drops back or stays in place, that means he's not part of the run fit. You have an advantageous look in the run, and you hand off the ball. Again, you're all reading off of a single conflict defender for the pass game. If he does this thing, you throw it. If he does not do the thing, you run it. The whole goal of RPOs is to make the defense wrong, and that's what you're trying to do here. Now, the thing here, and so we'll see it. Now he's gonna end up coming. We'll see it from the other angle. I don't think Rodgers ever looks at him until he actually goes to throw the ball. I think he knows he's throwing this ahead of time. You got the motion, that over. Beautiful. And again, we'll see him. So we'll see this from the other angle. And it's going to be 9 right here. So we're going to watch Rodgers' eyes. Because what you're supposed to be doing here, or not what you're supposed to be doing. I hate to say what you're supposed to be doing because I don't know how the Packers teach this. Rodgers doesn't like to throw RPOs. I've said this before. Just the feeling I get from watching this stuff. I don't think he likes to throw post-snap read RPOs. He likes to determine before the ball is snapped whether he's going to throw it or whether he's going to run it, based on numbers, alignment, and leverage. And that makes a lot of sense for the horizontal stuff. The vertical stuff, you almost need to read that conflict defender. Rodgers still does not appear to be doing that, even as they kind of start doing this a little more. You can see him. He's looking. Go. Right here, like this is where eyes up. Eyes up, you're reading him. You're seeing what he's doing. Now, we know, that guy's coming. Rodgers is looking that ball into Dillon. He's selling that there. But if you're really reading this as like you're reading that conflict defender, you got your eyes up at this point, at the mesh point, and you're looking at, okay, is he coming? Rodgers pulls it, looks at Dobbs, and then throws it past. So again, I think it's tough to tell exactly what he's doing here, because that is, in this case, a lot of times for the vertical pushing RPOs, they're doing it. It's still off a pre-snap look, but it's based off of alignment. So he knows the guy has a free release before he throws it. This one here is weird because there's a conflict defender. If that guy doesn't move, that you can't throw that ball. You're not supposed to throw that ball. But it's almost like he hit second window. You can see where that guy's sitting, and what I mean by that is, so first window would be, potentially like here or something. You pull and throw, but then if this guy drops back, you hit him in the second window there. So it's almost like he's pulling and waiting, knowing he can hit him in one window. Doesn't matter particularly which window he can hit him in. He moves and then throws him. You see how he looks over and then nine moves over there, and Rogers throws it past his ear. So again, you're still pushing vertically, which is cool, and I love that. I love that for them. I love that for me, but it's still being read in a way that's not traditional, not at least not how you see other teams around the league running it. Here's the other one I'm going to look at, and this is still a power look. I think you're pulling those two guys there, and again, you've got the running back on this side, so you're pulling across his face, and you're throwing away. Or the throw is away from that, because so you want to draw the defenders off, and this is key on this play here. Now they do not end up throwing this, but you're trying to move with the run action. You get the line moving. What they're going to do, a lot of times they'll do a little bubble screen. Usually the typical things they'll do on an RPO, they'll either do bubble screen, which usually that's out of a bunch, but you do something like that, which you've seen 1,000 times, or you will. They block up, and this guy will kind of run out like that. So more of a wide receiver screen look. What they're going to do here that I really like, block. Oh, no, that's not it. They're block, and a tunnel screen. And so you're bringing that outside guy in. So the idea is you're trapping those guys out. And again, with the run action, you're moving these guys over. So you're unblocking these guys here, but these guys are all following the run action of the pullers and that guy there. And so you get this guy in motion, you throw on an angle, tunnel screen, and then you get some angles, and potentially you don't get a whole lot of these from the Packers game, from the Packers RPO game. But this is potentially, you can get explosive plays out of the tunnel screen game if you get the blocking angles right, if everything kind of lines up. Now again, they don't throw it here, but I don't know that I've seen this before. Again, you're looking what they're doing, and the reason they're not throwing this, you got a block here, and then he's actually looking to dig out the safety, which leaves that guy right there unblocked. So he can come in and blow this up. This is one where if they have numbers on this, and you can get him to dig out the safety, or the safety sitting back, and you can block down on that guy, and you've got an angle from the run through, they'll throw it because you've got the numbers based on there. They just don't have it here. So again, it goes on the handoff, ends up going for one. But it is, again, something different. The RPO game has been so much the same over the past couple of years. Bubble screen, wide receiver screen, quick, stick, something like that, like the most vertical they get. So to get some glance routes, which we've seen in the past couple of weeks, that slant that we looked at earlier, and this tunnel screen here, even though they didn't throw it, it's something they're kind of setting up, and it's fun. It's exciting. Brave new world, blah, blah, blah. So thanks for following along. We'll talk to you next time.